Okay, so my name is Ben Guthrie, and I'd like to share with you my MPX POL presentation. I'd like to share with you some skills I gained and slash improved on during this long, frustrating MPX semester. To put this into perspective, my vision as a superhero is to have a greener and brighter Earth, because right now we are terrible at being sustainable, and eventually we're going to run out of resources such as fossil fuels, and we are terrible at farming, which is why my goal is to basically make something that will be more sustainable than like regular farming. Okay, so this is an overview of the skills I gained over the semester, which is group collaboration, sustainability, time management, and use of time, or use of time, and building. So on the right picture, that is me as like a normal person, and then on the left is me when I want to be sustainable building. Okay, so I couldn't do my vision by myself. I needed help from people like MPX group members and teachers, which is why there's always a villain. I did this to make myself more concentrated, actually. So, in every superhero movie, there's always a villain. So, this villain's name is Captain Earth, and he is the most unsustainable person ever. So what he does to me is he takes over my brain and kills brain cells and controls my brain. So he takes over this one part of my brain, which makes me basically procrastinate. And I didn't fully achieve procrastination, but I am still working on it. And then if this villain takes over this one small part inside of my brain, that makes me play Clash of Clans, and I get absolutely nothing done. Okay, so as I said before, I can't achieve my goal. So I was given powers, or in this case, skills I gained myself, as well as help from Professor Mike Chino. So the first power he gave me was group collaboration, which I feel is one of the most important skills in life, because there is no job in this world that requires group collaboration, even though being individual is also a really good thing, because that shows like what you want to do, but group collaboration, you get to collaborate with each other. And I gained this from my MPX partners, and not from Professor Mike Chino. So this is a really good infographic that my group made, which I did absolutely nothing on. So what I did was I gave this part of information and none of the artwork, and I did this QR code. So I learned from my past experiences. So which is why I learned from KCC Culinary School, because my group, I guess my MPX group we're really like known to each other, so we could collaborate really well. So I had to basically put that into collaborate with other people I don't know. So how did I learn to collaborate? When you cook, you can't serve everything in different times, where some food will be cold and some food will be hot. We have to collaborate with each other by seeing which food will come out earliest, which food will come latest, so it'll be around the same temperature, basically. So one other thing I learned from Chef Matt was not to be idle. So what idle basically means is just standing around doing nothing. And when I caught myself doing that, I'd do dishes, even though dishes were something I hated doing. It was something I had to do to make my group more successful. So I just have to clean knives, dishes, and everything. So I was sent. I looked it up on the internet, so I couldn't. Yeah. So I got 2 apprentices from the professor, whose name is Greg Kaneko and H. Calabro, which they helped me learn about sustainability. So this is our hydroponic system, and this is basically our system we made and we pretty much designed by ourselves. We got little help from Ms. Calabro and Mr. Kaneko, but this is basically our hydroponic system. And as I said, I can't do this alone, so I was sent 3 superhero partners: Peter Diamond, Michael China, and Solomon. So what we were doing to make as my vision to have a more sustainable Earth is to introduce the system that will spread across the Earth and grow plants more sustainable. So basically how this hydroponic works is there's a main water container that sucks up the water from the container into the main pipe, into each drainage pipe, like a snake system going like this, and then it'll go through each plant to make it grow, and it'll prevent more evaporation than regular farming. So the third power that I gained was use of time management, and this is basically what I did to be good at it. So this is a bad example from the past, which our assignment was to draw the outside of a leaf and label it. And this, me and my partner, we procrastinated a lot, and we got nothing done. We were not proud of this at all. So I learned basically myself from past experiences. And after I realized that I was procrastinating so much, I learned to stay on task. And this is basically the inside, that little edge of a plant, on how it works. And I was like really self-sufficient, using my time researching and drawing and being more artistic. And then the last power I gained was building. And building was something I really like to do, and I would like to pursue as a hobby once I get older, because at a young age I like to play with Legos and everything, so I wanted to put myself to the real test and build something that actually functions and something I like to do. And then what architectural design comes to building is because as a young age I wanted to be an architect as my job, but I didn't really know what it involved. So this was an experience I got to do to see what I got to do as an architect, which was making blueprints, which I really enjoyed, but I wasn't all that good at because math isn't really like a good strength. So yeah, this is a picture of our table that I made the blueprints for, and I thought it was a little off because it was really short, but so I learned that by past experiences when we made the hydroponic system, but when we made the hydroponic system it was too high. So yeah, this is something I'm still working on as an MPX student. So later on, through all these powers and skills gained and I'm still working on, I was able to defeat Captain Earth, and I would like to thank Professor Cheetah, my MPX group members, and Heather Calabro and Greg Kaneko. Thank you.
Then what was okay? It seems like procrastination is something that came up frequently.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that you procrastinate because you can get away with it, or are you actually not into what you're doing? Like, do you like MPX?
I like MPX in the sense we get to build, and the reason why I took MPX personally, because in 8th grade we did this project, which we got to choose a job we got to learn about and like how it works, which I wanted to be an architect, so I really wanted to see if that's really the job for me in MPX. So yeah, I enjoy most of the things, but some things I get like bored and I just wander off and I just start designing things.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.